The Permanent People's Tribunal has delivered its verdict on Turkey's actions in Rojava, exposing war crimes and human rights violations. Turkey's pro-Kurdish Dem Party co-chair Tuncer Bakırhan urges Europe to support Turkey's democratization, linking his call to regional stability and peace efforts. Mass protests across Turkey continue following Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu's arrest, with nearly 1,900 detained and tensions escalating. Turkey has deported BBC journalist Mark Lowen after detaining him for 17 hours, sparking press freedom concerns amid ongoing protests.
The Permanent People's Tribunal on Rojava versus Turkey gave its verdict at the European Parliament in Brussels. In previous sessions, the tribunal produced evidence of human rights abuses by Turkey in Rojava and formulated recommendations for the governments of Turkey and Syria in a judicial attempt to improve the situation. Judges of the tribunal spoke about war crimes committed by Turkey and by Turkish-backed Syrian militias in Rojava, targeted attacks on civilian areas, infrastructure and the environment, torture, kidnapping, sexual violence, arbitrary detention and forced displacement. Judge Gabriel Lefebvre shared recommendations for the Turkish government to end its occupation of Afrin, cease all attacks on Rojava, create the conditions which permit displaced people to return to their homes, stop the Turkification of Rojava, facilitate a democratic transition in Syria and equal negotiations between the Autonomous Administration of North and East Syria, INS, and the new Syrian government.
No one should turn a blind eye to Erdogan. No one should be silent against the Turkish state.
The People's Tribunal also formulated recommendations to the Syrian government. Allow the right of self-determination, respect gender equality and prevent Turkish incursions into Syrian territory.
There's also a recommendation for the new Syrian government is important because it's clear that the matters of the Kurds in Syria are an internal Syrian matter and should be solved by the Syrian people, Kurdish and others, in a process of dialogue and in a process of exchange and mutual respect.
Representatives of INS participated in the final verdict session. Ilham Ahmed, Foreign Relations Co-Chair, commented on the conclusions made by the tribunal.
مخابن دولة تركي بحمور بازو شوازان بو أستنگ دهلي سياسي دا دم بريا بالرجيم بعثرة دم أنا هاجي بريا دانو استاندنه بريا نورا هر دم أستنگي در دخينش بوكو كرد نبن خودي ماف دهندري سوري دا وحمو رنجين قتل عام وكشتن وهدف قرتنا كسن تكشر كسن سياسة مدار كسن سيفيل زاروك جن درابوري ودا جيبر أشكره بوكو يعني إشارات بها هاتيه كرن.
The purpose of this People's Tribunal is to counter what the French writer Sartre called the crime of silence. This landmark judgment arrives at a pivotal moment for peace and political resolution regarding the Kurdish question in both North and East Syria and Turkey.
Tuncer Bakırhan, co-chair of the pro-Kurdish Dem Party, urged Europe to actively support Turkey's democratization, linking it to regional stability and migration during an interview on Medya Haber TV on Wednesday. He emphasized that democracy in Turkey should not be sacrificed for the issue of migrants.
Siyasi partinin başkanıyla konuşurken aynı şeyleri söyledik. Dedik ki Türkiye'deki demokrasiyi göçmen meselesine kurban etmemek lazım.
He rejected claims that his party was criticizing Turkey on the international stage. He highlighted the global attention on Turkey's political crisis and its long-standing Kurdish question.
Lazım. Türkiye üzerinde yani Türkiye'yi şikayet etmedik. Zaten tam ortada bizim bir şey dememize gerek yok. Onlar kayyumları sordu, İmamoğlu'nu sordu, sokak direnişini sordu, Nevroz'daki 100 binleri sordu, Sayın Öcalan'ın çağrısını bize sordular. Artık dünya artık bir cep telefonundadır. Yani insanlar takip ediyor. Türkiye gibi önemli stratejik bir ülke hele 100 yıllık bir meselesi tartışılırken dikkat etmezler mi?
He called on European leaders to take real action beyond verbal condemnations. Bakir Khan concluded by urging both European governments and the democratic public to support the process of democratization in Turkey. He outlined key expectations from Europe.
Var. Bir, Türkiye'nin Kürt sorununu çözmesi, demokratikleşmesi en çok Avrupa'ya yarar. Bir, demokratikleşen Türkiye'de kimse siyasi mülteci olmak istemez, kaçmak istemez, göçmek istemez.
He criticized European policies that focus solely on financing Turkey to curb migration.
Savaşa harcanan milyar dolarlar yatırıma harcanırsa insanlar gelip burada hizmet sektöründe çalışmak istemez. İki, Türkiye'de Kürt sorunu çözülürse Suriye'yi etkiler, Irak'ı etkiler. Zaten göçmen sirkülasyona da bakılırsa bu dediğimiz üçgenden Avrupa'ya doğru yöneliyor. Demokratikleşen Türkiye, Suriye barışına yansır, demokratikleşir. İnsanlar kendi ülkesine yaşamak ister. Göçmez, kaçmaz. Demokratikleşen Türkiye, Suriye, demokratikleşen bir Irak'ı beraberinde getirir. Dolayısıyla Avrupa'nın görevi sadece Türkiye'de bulunan mültecileri buraya gelmesin diye Türkiye'yi finanse etmek, antidemokratik uygulamalar, hukuksuzluklar. Şimdi tam tersini, oradaki bu süreci desteklemek, sonuca ulaşmasını sağlamak, Türkiye'deki çözümün bölgeye yansımasını, bölgede insanların kendi coğrafyasında savaşsız, çatışmasız, evinde, tarlasında çalışmasını, karnını doyurmasını savunmalıdır. Bu sürekli kınama, kaygılıyız mesajları artık kimseyi etkilemiyor. Ki bazı yerlere etkilese bile Türkiye hiç etkilemiyor. Çünkü Türkiye artık Batı dünyasını, hukukunu kaleye alan, dikkate alan o aşamayı çoktan geçti. Şimdi destek, süreci destek talebimiz var. Süreci önemsiyoruz. Sonuçta Avrupa Birliği ülkelerinin Türkiye üzerinde de hatırlı sayılır etkileri var. Ticaret yapıyorlar, görüşüyorlar, diplomasi yapıyorlar.
Kaldı ki Suriye'yi, Irak'ı, İran'ı etkileyecek bir sorundan söz ediyoruz.
Ve gerçekten bu sorunun Türkiye'de çözümü oralar çok etkiler. Avrupa'ya yansır. Dolayısıyla sadece ülkeleri değil, demokratik kamuoyunu da bu sürece sahip çıkmaya davet ediyoruz. Haksızlıklar, hukuksuzlar karşısında sadece kınama ve kınamalarla yetin.
Protests in Turkey have entered their 9th day following the detention of Istanbul Metropolitan Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu on the 19th of March and jailed on the 24th of March. Nearly 1,900 people have been detained nationwide, with 260, including minors, sent to prison. The opposition Republican People's Party, or CHP, claims detainees face torture and overcrowding in Istanbul's prisons, leading to transfers to other provinces. İmamoğlu's arrest came after Istanbul University annulled his diploma, a move widely criticized as politically motivated. Demonstrations erupted in major cities, with police using tear gas and water cannons in Ankara and Adana. Students at 23 universities have launched a nationwide class boycott. This is about democracy and our future, said a student protester in Istanbul. Meanwhile, the continued detention of İmamoğlu has drawn accusations of judicial manipulation ahead of the 2028 elections. Opposition leaders warn of escalating crackdowns. CHP's Özgür Özel declared, "If a single youth is gassed tonight, I will summon 500,000 people to the streets." Despite authorities' attempts to suppress the protests, public resistance shows no sign of fading. Turkey has deported BBC journalist Mark Lowen after detaining him for 17 hours in Istanbul. His arrest follows mass protests over the imprisonment of opposition mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, with authorities detaining more than 1,400 demonstrators. Lowen was taken from his hotel while covering the unrest and later deemed a threat to public order. BBC News CEO Deborah Turnus condemned the move, calling it extremely troubling. Lowen expressed distress emphasizing that press freedom is vital for democracy. The crackdown on dissent continues as Turkey's media watchdog penalizes broadcasters reporting on the protests. Other journalists, including AFP and Turkish reporters, were also detained. 7 of them were released today. Critics say İmamoğlu's jailing is politically motivated to sideline him ahead of the 2028 elections. As tensions rise, the opposition has called for a mass rally in Istanbul, setting the stage for further confrontation.